Good morning, guys. Can anyone hear me? Yeah? Any sound? This is another Saturday morning. Maybe in your place it's not Saturday, but I'm a Saturday camera today. No. Hi, Victor. Good morning, guys. Right now is what day is it? 2025 and August 9th. Yep, heard. Nice. I found that like lots of my audience, you guys, Taiwanese, do understand English, which is nice. Maybe I should speak slower. I'll speak like, do you know Dolly the fish? It'll say like, It'll speak really slow. But anyway, I will bring my coffee up. I don't know what to do, right now, so I need your help. Please give me some topic. Please talk to me. Anything occur to you these days? You know, I'm thinking about maybe not doing live stream next week because I'm so busy. I recently got a lot of things to do, got a lot of things in my mind, and I don't even have time to write my new song today. I'm thinking about maybe have another new song to publish at the end of August, but still nothing. Do nothing. It's just, yeah, so bad, so bad. 陈晓阿拉布阿拉布 Good morning 啊 You speak English? 陈晓 Do you have a nice summer vacation? You know, in the morning when you trying to speak English just after you wake up, it's really difficult because your brain are still inside a Mandarin mode. Why every time you see me you like saying I'm cute? Do you have something other than cute to say? You just keep saying me cute. Thank you. And you have some different variety of saying me cute. Oh, I really need to stir this more. Sterling. What is 巡庄? 高雄的美间巡庄. What does 巡庄 means? What is 巡庄? It's a kind of event. What is 巡庄? 阿伟阿拉布阿拉布. Fake Jun, good morning. I'm stirring my coffee. Still gained by advertisement, mate. It's alright. I'm stirring my coffee. Because I put some protein powder inside. 神明检视村庄. Okay. So it's kind of how to say that? How to say the word? Religical event, right? Cool. So what does it usually do? It's just like 有人抬轿子之类的吗？Yeah, it's still ganked by advertisement. You could try to maybe get some YouTube Premium. Oh, recently I've heard that YouTube Premium got a shrinked version called YouTube Premium Lite. What's the difference between YouTube Premium Lite and YouTube Premium 4? Does it include YouTube Music? I think YouTube Premium Lite still need to see some advertisement, right? I'm not unbelieving you. I believe you. Why wouldn't I believe you? If I don't believe you, I need to argue with you. I will just believe you. I will choose to believe you. It's easier. It's way easier. I will just believe in you. I believe you. Okay, I believe in you. 就在睡觉了，不了不。 Okay, but usually you don't tell others where you live. It's really dangerous. If someone hates you, or if you do something bad, maybe it will be target. 就太睡觉了，不了不。You know, actually, I'm still thinking about when I woke up today. Usually, I don't stream in the morning. Besides Monday, I usually don't stream in the morning. And today, when I wake up, I feel so tired that I'm thinking about if I should start the stream, because I didn't write this on my weekly schedule. And it makes me thinking about should I do the stream today? 就在睡觉了，不了不。K 哥了，不了不。Good morning, good morning. 问问了，不了不了不。Okay, I'm like looking forward to see someone like put my name on their names. That is kind of achievement, you know. Sometimes you will put your 你推的 name on your nickname, and I think that's really, really cool. I hope maybe some days there will be more people put 凌潮or 凌潮 on their name. I will feel extremely nice. You're not a robot. AI changed you. What? Why do you say something about AI? Good morning, good morning. Ito-san alabalabu. Ito luksha alabalabu. You speak English? Oh, actually, my audience are in the high level. You are some smart guys. You speak multiple languages. Yawa alabalabu. Okay. Lyrics. Okay. I'll try to finish my coffee. Do you drink coffee? Do you guys drink coffee? What kind of coffee would you like? You like black coffee? Or maybe latte, cappuccino, or like some V60 handball coffee, specialty coffees. Which kind of coffee would you like? This is really nice. Oh, since no one is understanding me today, I will leak you some information. What information? That is, August 20 is my 1 year anniversary of my flattened image, of my flattened outfit, and we got a bunch of these days. I'm taking it really seriously, and I spend a lot of time to talk with YHO about, and talk with Fujimiyaki about all the stuffs we're going to sell, and that's a lot. To camera alabalabu, alabalabu. I got a lot of little buzo. I got a lot of 小垃圾 to sell to you. So please prepare your wallet. I think the total bundle might be $3,000 or even $5,000. It's a lot of small lajis. You sound good when you speak English. Nice accent. Thank you. And just a small reminder, if you type Raxio, please put the first character a lowercase character. Okay? Don't use the captain. I don't like the captain character. Makes me sound huge. I really like to start myself as a lowercase character. Cute camera. Thank you. You prefer latte, a little like cappuccino. Actually, do you know the difference between latte and cappuccino? You have arrived. Wow, congratulations. I didn't miss you. You didn't miss me. Wow. We are in the same. Actually, I usually don't put these on my schedule, but you still find me. Nice to know that. Do you know the difference between latte and cappuccino? You're a high schooler now. Wow, congratulations. We would just say high school. Does your high school near your place, or you move to another city to get to high school? Are you inside any club? Do you play any sports? What do you do at high school? And to be honest, the difference between cappuccino and latte is only about the ratio of milk and the coffee. Usually, you put a little bit coffee, for example, like 50 moles or maybe 30 moles of coffee inside the cup. And if you got a mug, you put a little bit of coffee inside, you put some espresso inside, and then you fill them with milk, and put a slightly hint of the foam on top, and that's called latte. Maybe you put 1 centimeter. Usually, it will be 1 centimeter. If you pour 1 centimeter of foam on top of the milky coffee, you'll become latte. And if you pour 2 centimeters of foam instead of putting milk on top, if there is maybe 15% of air inside the milk, it will be a cappuccino. So actually, the cappuccino will taste more fluffy, and the cappuccino will be the scent of the coffee will be stronger because actually it contains less milk than latte. That's really interesting. You personally prefer tea. I don't know why coffee always leaves a sour aftertaste. That's true. But actually, I like the sour aftertaste. Do you know why coffee leaves a sour aftertaste? It's because coffee is a kind of juice. Coffee is coming from coffee beans. And actually, coffee beans are fruits. So usually, they are fruits, so they will have a little bit sourly aftertaste. That's a very common thing. They are fruits, so they should have some fruit acid. Usually, acid will be described as nice flavor. In nice coffee, in nice specialty coffee, but some bad roasted coffee will have like bad taste. Usually, sour will be nice, but acid will be yucky. You're a week into school, and it's close to home. That's nice. You will spend less time on communicating to school. And then a binary code in your computer science class. Binary code. What is binary code? Binary code? Let me Google this. What is binary code? Binary sounds difficult. Binary code is a fundamental form of the programming data that is directly interpreted by a computer. Okay. Binary code. It's like 0101100101. Is it right? So 00 means 0, and 01 means 1, and 11 means 2, right? And 0. Yeah, I know binary codes. That's a basic fundamental. Okay. I know what that is. You don't drink coffee or tea. You drink chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is like cocoa. It's like cocoa, right? It's like cocoa. Cocoa. In Japanese, cocoa, which means coffee is a juice. Yeah, it makes sense. And soybean milk and coffee are the same juice. So coffee is a kind of soybean milk. True, right? Yeah, coffee is actually fruit juice. It's not really fruit juice, but it is something passed through the fruit's seed. Coffee beans are the seed of the coffee bean, of the coffee fruit. Coffee nuts. Or you say coffee nuts? The coffee beans, yeah. With the coffee fruit, yeah, coffee fruits. Soy milk is also a kind of coffee. Soy milk is also a kind of juice. No, that's beans. Soy is soy. Soy is from the ground. Soy is inside the ground. Soy is not fruit. Coffee is fruit. What do you mean how to? How do you mean how to stream YouTube? You mean streaming from YouTube? Do you mean streaming from YouTube? Actually, if you are new to YouTube, if you just apply an account, you couldn't do live streaming. If you're trying to do live stream, if you are a new account, you need at least 24 hours after you apply the submit. You need to submit to the system, and YouTube will take 24 hours to process it, and it will approve your account to do streaming. So it'll take at least 24 hours. You couldn't do that immediately after you create a new account. Does it help you? 毒菇鸡汤阿拉巴拉布，火星喵阿拉巴拉布。Cocoa is normally powdered mixed with milk. Chocolate milk is chocolate syrup mixed with milk. You think? Actually, you know, chocolate syrup is a fluid kind of chocolate powder. I think they are basically the same. If you use powder, and then it's difficult to melt inside cold water. If you want something to melt into water, you need to use hot water. If you want to melt the powder, but syrup is because it's already pre-melted into sugars, into syrups, so that's become syrup. That's the difference I define chocolate milk. If you want to melt something, you want to melt chocolate into water, put chocolate into water, blend chocolate into water. If you use hot water, then you use powder. If you use cold water, you use syrup. That's how I understand. It's the hell. Are you demon sent to torture me for all eternity? Yeah, I'm the demon sending the torture to you. Wow. Yeah. They taste different, trust. Yeah, they taste different. But actually, the theory are the same. People want to mix milk and chocolate. People want to mix milk and chocolate. What about this topic? What about this topic? What kind of topic? You mean demon topic or cocoa? Matt just told me like cocoa is powder with milk and chocolate milk is syrup with milk, and I don't really get it. For me, both things are chocolate milk. I think chocolate milk is someone pre-made this for you and they frozen it, or they bring the temperature down so it will become chocolate milk. Some pre-made it, and cocoa are fresh made. You manually add the powder to the milk and they'll become cocoa. Where there are a lot of ways to make hot chocolate. Yeah, hot chocolate. There are a lot of ways. Hi, Double, good morning, good morning. Why you're still awake right now? Why you're still awake? It is already 8 o'clock. Usually you'll get to sleep at 6 o'clock or maybe 7. Why you're still awake? I didn't even read your message. Okay, I will try to read it right now. What's that? Oh, you give me 1 link, 2 link, 3 link. You give me a lot of links. Wow. Okay. Bundle link to Alabalabu. Classic joke. When your friends say coffee is kind of soy milk, reply so chocolate is a kind African 豆干. Okay. So it's a kind of African 豆干. Chocolate is an African 豆干. Actually, you make a lot of sense. Wow. Actually, you make a lot of sense. There's a kind of food is dried soy, or I think 豆干 is a classic Taiwan or maybe Asian food. And actually, you make a lot of sense. African 豆干. You make a lot of sense. Awaken. You're already awakened right now? Wow, you don't really need much sleep. I'm so jealous. Who is supposed to go to sleep? 2倍, usually double sleep in the morning. It's like a vampire or something else. You sleep starting from 6 or 7 o'clock. And he's awake. Maybe I think he's going out today. The vampire is going outside his tomb or his castle today. It's Alabalabu. You mean cocoa is made from beans? Yeah, true. And so I think it makes sense. If you links try to save Zelda. Nice try. I'm glad to see some interesting stuff in English. I'm glad to see. Hey, but I didn't finish the Zelda stuff. I have never from the start to finish a complete Zelda game. I've never done that before. Even if on the Switch platform, I've never done it before. So I don't really know about the story about the world or the construction of the game. I don't really get it. But yeah, I know Zelda is a famous game. I've never finished a Zelda game before. You've never played a Zelda game. Me too. You're so young to play a Zelda game. Maybe you will play the Switch version? 做孔小姐no, boo. Imagine sleeping could not be me. You need therapy or something. Imagine sleeping could not be me. You need therapy. I think I also need some therapy. I'm trying to reduce my streaming time next week. So maybe I won't stream next week. Maybe once a week or maybe twice a week. I will try to not streaming. I'm hoping that won't trigger my separation anxiety. Is there a word of that? Separation anxiety. Yeah, I really don't want to not streaming, but I think I need some break. How does everyone think about the situation with the Switch and Switch 2 now? What kind of situation? You mean they make a lot of money? Nintendo make a lot of money by selling Switch 2? Because I've put my hands on a Switch 2, the machine. I've put my hands on that, and I feel like maybe it feels more pricey, and the build quality is better. The overall quality is better, but it's a little bit larger and it's heavier, and it doesn't have much of special games for now. The gaming side of the system, the software side of the system, there is nothing really attracting me right now. You couldn't play Ring Kong, you couldn't play the sport game. There is nothing more than Mario Kart 8. There is nothing special right now, and the only thing is, but I don't get it why they could make a hit on the world. There is not a much big topic game like Zelda, or there's no much game right now for now, but they still sell the console really well. Just I don't get it. Separation anxiety from streaming, that doesn't sound healthy. Not like you can be talking, but still that's not really healthy. But yeah, it's kind of bad disorder. I really would like to have more streaming, but that's not healthy. I think I should take a break. Nintendo is raising price for all the Switches then that come out before the Switch 2. They are raising prices? I think they are only raising prices in the US country, right? Because of the tariff? Maybe it's because of the tariff or something else, because like the US government trying to add a lot of tariff to all the imported stuffs. But usually if they are ending their life cycle, ending the system, they might be cutting down the price, right? They're also charging you to play Switch 2 games on Switch 2. Charging you to play Switch 2 games on Switch 2. What do you mean charging you to play Switch 2 game? You need to buy the game, right? You need to buy games for each system, right? You mean Switch 1? Oh, also charging you to play Switch 1 games on Switch 2. That's a kind of weird, because usually Nintendo always support older system or older games on the new system. Usually they do this, but they didn't do that right now. I think the overall playing experience will be better on Switch 2, but personally, I didn't get the idea of having a Switch 2. They are trying to make Switch 2 look more attractive, and actually they do. They make a success. But I think the Nintendo Switch 2 are targeting someone who is not really familiar with electrical product, like cell phone or PC or Mac. They are not really into technological product. They are targeting the ones who only play games on Switch, and for them, it will be a really nice upgrade. But if you really understand under the hood, understand the designing process, understanding the hardware stuff, you may find Switch 2 not really attractive at this time. Is to play the Ring Fit Nintendo game. Sadly, you haven't seen one of those. I did. The Ring Fit. I did stream those maybe yesterday or like 3 days ago. I did do that. You didn't see that. Doesn't mean that's not happening. I did do the stream. What do you mean there are games from Switch 1 games that you can play in Switch 2, but they say we need to update something in the game and they are charging like $30 USD to play it on Switch 2? I think maybe it makes sense somehow. Because as far as I know, Switch 2 did change the construction of the chips. So it needs more time, or it needs more money, or it needs more effort to transform the same game to work inside Switch 2. Maybe it will run a small emulator inside Switch 2, and then you use the emulator to run the game from Switch 1, and then it will upscale it to a Switch 2. How to say that? To the Switch 2 pixel size. Upscale it to maybe 140p, 1440p, or like 180. I think they need to do that. But actually, that doesn't make sense if they need to charge a player money, because I already bought the game. Usually the game is only $50 and you need to spend extra $30 to make it compatible to Switch 2. That doesn't make sense. If I bought the game, I should own the game. If you could make me play the game on Switch 2, I shouldn't pay extra. Maybe you should pay extra for the higher quality, the better image. Maybe you could pay the update fee. But if you just want to play it on a Switch 2 console, it should be free. Hey bro, good morning. Wow. Hey bro, do you see that? Hey bro's headshot, Higebo's profile picture is 好评如潮. Does anyone still want to get a 好评如潮 t-shirt? I still got maybe 2 or 3 pieces of 好评如潮 t-shirt left. Damn, second gang by ad. What do you mean gang by ad? It's just gang. It's just because you didn't pay. You didn't pay the premium fee. So like the advertisement will keep coming from you. But actually I understand the advertisement is getting more and more common these days. They are appealing with a higher frequency. It's just a lot of people not happy that they are raising price of all the Switch 2 to make the Switch 2 seems look like a better deal. That's sad. I think Nintendo is facing some serious problem these days, because usually Nintendo is famous for the creativity of games. They don't really make AAA games like really great visual quality or really high budget. They make games with interesting experience. For example, they use a motion sensor to capture your movement, or they could split. They usually make some revolutionary ways to play. For example, take the handle out of the console and you could separate the things, and maybe you could play stuff with friends. But as Switch 2, there are not really much of creativity stuffs inside. There is no new way to play games. For example, there were Wii's in the past, and the most coolest part of Wii is the Wii could use motion sensor. You could use your body to control all the system, and it could make interaction without a joystick. You could use your whole body to play games, but Switch 2 doesn't do that so much. Doesn't do that very much. It's trying to bring the whole new fancy like PC gaming experience and console gaming experience, just put it to your handheld device. And I'm a little bit disappointed about that. I'm really looking forward to see some innovative on on Switch 2, but it doesn't. So that's why I'm not really interested into into Switch 2. You did some stream on the Ring Fit game because you made your shorts, and I like every single one of your shorts, but it wasn't actually there during the stream. Yeah, you didn't. You wasn't there. Have you watched indie game debut stream by Nintendo? No, I haven't. What about that? What about that? T-shirt, we're heading over now. I have some money. Not much. I couldn't afford the overseas shipping, okay? The overseas shipping fee is really, really high. So I'm a little bit disappointed about Nintendo right now. And I'm really looking forward to see some cooler games. But the games on Switch are right now trying to transplant all the games from PC or from Xbox, from PS5 onto the Switch 2 system. But I think that's boring. That's boring. They need to have some more cooler games to attract me. So the thing is, I don't know why Switch 2 sells so well. There are already like billions or maybe millions of money coming to Nintendo. But I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'll ship myself to you. I need that shirt. Okay. I will. Maybe they will block you at the airport. They will arrest you at the airport, and then you could just be sent back to your country. That's a free trip. I'll have more coffee. Oh, so the increasing of tariff is imposed. Okay. The government imposed a tariff. It sounds like tariff of tariff. A tariff on foreign costs to support local business. Oh, tariff. Import, export. Okay. Tariff. Oh, this day the trade war stuff is really, really heavily starting to revealing the end. And it doesn't feel good when knowing the whole tariff stuff is impacting our life, and it sounds pretty bad. They cannot arrest me. Your willpower is so strong. Okay. Willpower could conquer everything, right? The thing is, game price is just getting out of hand. Yeah, the gaming price is just out of hand. Even PC games, they are really expensive right now. The old days maybe is $50, $30, $30, $20 US dollar. In the past, maybe $20 US. But right now it's $50 or maybe $60, $70 US dollar. Who could afford that? I thought I couldn't afford a gaming console, but right now I couldn't even afford a game. Why would someone play a game? It's really expensive. It will stop nuclear bombs for that shirt. Wow. Okay. Maybe some days nuclear war starting, I will try to sell that shirt, or I'll try to use that shirt to stop a nuclear war. Wow, I think it's really efficient. I will save the short until that day. Good morning, good morning. I'll definitely do that. They even came out with a new term, AAAA games, just to justify late charging 80 for a game. What is the AAAA? What does the last A mean? I know the first one, the first A, the triple A means they spend a lot of money for art and advertisement, and what does triple A mean? I forget that. What does AA mean? Triple A games. Yeah, usually triple A game, double A game, triple A game. I think it's art and advertisement and something else, and a what? But these days, actually, because of the overall visual quality improvement, overall technology improvement, they need to spend more time to make the game attractive. Because if you don't spend those time and effort, it won't stand out. It won't be attractive to customers. How to say? Is there a word for 4? Like 1 is 1, 2 is double, 3 is triple. What is 4? I know 5 is pentagonal, 6 is hexagonal. So what is 4? Is there a word for 4? A quad. Okay, quad. Quadruple. So we'll say something quadruple A, quad A, quad A game. Okay, quad A, triple A, quad. You will say quad A or quadra A. Quad A. Why do I know 5 and 6 but I don't know 4? Quad A. Quadruple A, quadruple, triple. Okay. Quadra. Difficult word. It's like I'm a dog. Quack. We have a lot of ways to say 4. A lot? Other than quadra, is there any other way? Please give me some example. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only know 4. Quadra. Something else? Should there be something else? I couldn't imagine. There's quadruple. Oh, actually, I think those things are similar. I think they are coming from the same place. They are coming from the same source. So I'll make them the same. Donald Duck. Quack. It all works the same. Okay. Quadra. Okay, quadra A. Quad A. Okay. Oh, so quad is like a small team, right? If there is a small team with 4 people, you will call it a quad. Is it? Or squad? A squad is like squatting, but quad. Okay, quad. I think some words start with Q. Sounds interesting. Quad, queen, or qualified. No. Qua. There isn't much word starting with Q, right? Quality. Qua. Squad for 4 people. Okay, squad for 4 people. They just come out with the term quadra A to say we want to charge you more. Do you know why they want to charge you more? Because they spend more money to make the game. They spend more money on the game, so they need to charge you more to earn money. But I think that's not really healthy. Maybe we should go back to the good old time. You could spend a little money and enjoy and the playing time of a game is longer. Like before, maybe you could use 12 hours to crash a game, to finish a game, to conquer a game. These days, it's getting into like 30 or 40, 50 hours to finish a game. It's a really long time. No one liked it. Yeah, and the game fell. And the game fell. That sounds really sad. Really sad. But they take a lot of time to make games. Then maybe you could make a game in 1 year, 2 years, but these days you need 4 years, 5 years to make a game. It was a bad game. Yeah, I really need more good games. But these days I think the 32 I couldn't always say the word. It's a 32, 33 expedition. Clear obscure. Expedition 33. Yeah, expedition. Expedition 33. They still take a lot of time, maybe 4 years to 5 years to finish the game. And I think they may not make a lot of fortune. It's sad. It's really sad. We don't really care about how much money you spend, but give me other fun. Oh, that's true. If you spend less money, but the game is fun. For example, like the how to say the game? Oh, Among Us. Among Us is interesting. And Among Us is interesting. And Fall Guys is interesting. They are not really spending much of money, but it's interesting. It's interesting. True, right? I want something interesting. I could play with my friends, or maybe I could feel the joy inside the game. I don't need a very deep story. I don't need a very sincere scenario. I don't need something that fancy, but I need the game to be fun. And it's safe because, yeah, sometimes I think about meme of reference that you wouldn't get because you are not American. Yeah, I wouldn't get it because I'm not American. I will never get it. Indie games are doing great. Yeah, indie games are doing great. But that's because that's indie. That's really sad because indie games have their limits. They couldn't make more. And people usually don't get the idea. Actually, indie games these days, they need to put a lot of, even more effort on making games, or they couldn't compete with larger games. Jokun, alabu, good morning, good morning. Indie games are difficult to make these days also. But I never played Fall Guys before. I have no one playing Fall Guys with me, and that maybe they make me very sad. I don't get much friends, but I know you guys are watching Vtuber. You guys don't have much friends either. That makes me feel a little bit relieved. I'm not the only one who doesn't have friends. Do you know that American, they could get a lot of Switch 2. They could already buy Switch 2 in their country. And there are already a lot of Switch 2 displaying in their shelves in the store. You could already get your hands on Switch 2. But Japan, the country is still Japan still couldn't get enough of Switch 2. They still need to draw the tickets. They still need to wait in line to get their Switch 2. Although they are a little bit cheaper inside Japan. But that's weird. Japanese people still couldn't get their hands on Switch 2. That's pretty weird. They like games that have a lot of story, but the game isn't story. The story happens no matter what, but you don't have to think about the story. Yeah, that's true. If you play, you could feel the depth of the game, but you don't need to think of it. It just happens naturally. The best outcome, I think, is that happen with an indie game is probably Lost Souls Aside. Lost Souls Aside? Let me take a look. Lost Souls Aside. Oh, but actually I think something about Lost Souls Aside is because of the advertisement. Because of the advertisement and the over advertising, because it was a really small game. It was a really small game and developed by one person and inspired by Final Fantasy, inspired by what's that? Inspired by Final Fantasy and maybe Nier or something else. But the best stuff of that is right now is selling $59. I think after it trying to cooperate with Sony Entertainment, trying to cooperate with like other distributor, the overall price of this is getting higher than higher. It's crazily expensive. $59? Are you serious? For a indie game? Why? I don't get it. It just developed by one person or even a small team. Maybe it's not one person right now. Because I've followed this game. I follow the Twitter of the author, of the producer. long time ago, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I already know he started a really cool project. But as an indie game, it charged me $59, $60 US. Why? It turned from an indie to a triple. But just you get a triple A quality, but you didn't put that much of. There is a word in gaming development or for like develop. There's a word called human day. So usually you pay the artist by human day. You estimate the budget by human day. The human day means one person. If you work one day, how much content it will create. So if this project you need like 30 or 50 different monsters, you need to hire like 10 artists doing 10 days to finish all this stuff. So it will consume 100 human day. Okay, that's the thing. But as an indie game, it should be using less human days to finish the whole project, but you're still charging like $59, $60. That means like maybe 80% of the money doesn't go to the developer, like go to the advertisement fee. They go to the 公关公司. How to say 公关公司? Go to the public relation PR agency. They go to the PR agency. They go to someone else other than the developer. And that's really sad. You need to do a lot of advertisement or marketing. Yeah, marketing. Go to the marketing. You need to spend money on the marketing. And they don't really spend money on making great games. They spend money on marketing. And that feels sad to me. If the game is so good, actually, I think this game doesn't need more marketing than it have right now, because usually he already gained a lot of attention when it posts the develop blog on Twitter. A lot of people already know this, and a lot of people already impressed by the stuff, and a lot of people are willing to buy this without all the marketing resources. But still, he cooperate with Sony, he cooperate with larger company and charging us at $60. I don't get it. Himself come out, I believe, 8 or 9 years ago. Sony did give him a small team. It turned from into, but despite giving him a small team, I don't think it's a good way. I think it just need to give him a small team and more time. But I don't understand the final price of it. Publisher. Fiverr is a website and a useful one. Fiverr, I believe Fiverr have 2 R's. Fiverr, a useful one? No, in my opinion, Fiverr is a website to ask someone to do your job. To hire someone to do your job. Fiverr. Good morning. Yeah, I didn't expect we are talking about game industry and games and consoles. But interesting. Actually, I'm curious about, have anyone here used a flip phone before? Have anyone here used a foldable phone before? Or you are right now using a foldable phone? Like Samsung or Huawei, Xiaomi, something else like that. Have anyone used a foldable phone as your daily smartphone? Does anyone do that? Right now, the best games that are being praised by most gamers are ones from China, Japan, and Korea. True, because that's last few years, American games or English-based European games are suffer from DEI, from sugar baby, from those one who need to make things politically correct. And that's really sad. So, Japanese don't give a fuck of that. Korean, they like beautiful characters. And China, they use interesting creature, or they use like mystery creatures to avoid they use all the mystery creatures to avoid the outfit or the appealing stuffs. They use nice and deeply compact. They use mystery stuffs to avoiding facing the eye problem. So this Asian game are really nice. But Taiwan is a very sad country. The only game Taiwan could make are small indie games or erotic games, adult games. I've never touched a flip phone or any kind. New phones or flip phones. Yeah, foldable phone. Foldable. It's difficult to pronounce. Foldable phones. Either, I think, guys. You have to know what kind of idea. It better be a great idea. It better be a good idea. If you say something stupid, I will bang you for 300 seconds. What kind of idea do you have? Macro hot. Oh, you know, Elon Musk is trying to start a company called Macro Hot. That's really cool. Elon Musk is always doing something to trying to get attention. We got a bunch of smaller VTubers and we make a video game. Are you going to pay for the video game? How would I sell those video game? Who is going to make the game? Who is going to pay for the development? Are you going to do that? Do you guys know they do still sell old flip phone but with new Android software? I think that's a good idea because the hardware side is still cool enough. A hardware side is still cool enough too, and it could still last maybe 3 years or 4 years. It's just because the software doesn't catch up. You know, math, if those VTubers are small, they are poor. And if you want to make video game, you need to be rich. So only large VTuber could make VTuber indie games. Like HoloLive, they could have the resources to make the games. But that would be expensive. I will pay for the game with me $10 a week because that's totally enough money. But you need to, if you pay for the game, we need to spend maybe 1 year or 2 years, and we need to have a small team for maybe 10 people to finish the game. So you need to feed 10 families. You need to feed 10 families for a year, and then this game could come out. That's a kind of large investment. Maybe you don't understand the idea of investment, but before you sell the things, you need to prepare for a long time, and it will cost you a lot to finish the game. If you want to make money with VTuber games, you will need one that have a following, but then commission will be more. Yeah, true. And if you pay for those smaller VTubers, why they are small? Because they are not famous. If they are not famous, they couldn't earn money. They couldn't sell the game. Because people don't know them. People don't know them, then the game will be not attractive. For example, if I say your neighbor, Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark making a game. Mr. Mark making a game about Mr. Mark. Are you interested in Mr. Mark? You don't even know who Mr. Mark is. Or even if you know Mr. Mark is, Kirito-san will never know who Mr. Mark is. And it won't be attractive to Mr. Mark. So it won't pay back. Sadly, though, you're big enough to count as 10 people. About this. No, I think you are not big enough to understand the word investment. You could count 10 people, but you couldn't understand the effort. You need, how much do you need to live for a month? Maybe a week. Maybe you need to spend, I think, $300 for a person to live for a week, including rents, including foods, including a lot of things. Maybe $300 a week. And after a week, you need to have 56 weeks. If they are doing full-time job on these VTuber games, you need to spend 52 weeks, means a year. So you need to have 52 times 300. It will become like $15,000. Oh, 15,000? No, it's not 15,000. $150,000 a year, and you need to times 10 because there are 10 developers. So it will be 15,000. How much will it become? How much will it become? 15,000. How much is this? 个十百 15,000 个十百千万十万 Right, in word. Okay. I really don't understand the construction of the word. How to say 15,000? How to say 15,000 in word? Oh, it's difficult. Oh, 1.5 million. Yeah, it will be 1.5 million to make this game. 1.5 million. Thank you for that. You'll do it all myself, problem solved. Yeah, you'll do it all myself. So how long would it take? How long would it take you? And if you do that all yourself, would it be appealing? Would someone find this game appealing? Could you do all the development? Could you do all the art stuff? Could you draw all the picture? Could you do all the music? Could you think of all the stories? Could you even package it into a executable file? Could you even sell them? Could you sell them on Steam? Could you do all the stuff? You couldn't. If you want to make money with VTuber games, you would need one who have a following, but then the commission would be more. Yeah, that's true. I'm big enough to count this. So actually, it's not practical. If you want to do that, you need to find some famous VTuber. But the commission fee, you need to authorize. They need to authorize you to use their image, and usually the authorizing fee will be very, very high. So actually, you shouldn't try to make a VTuber game. Do you know Hololive or maybe some Niji Sanji, some large VTuber company, they are making VTuber games they earn the money from other place. They earn the money maybe by selling small stuffs. They earn the money by selling or by donation. And they got some spare money. They use those spare money to make games. But usually, a person won't have spare money to do those stuffs. Look at Hello Games. The CEO had to sell his house to keep funding their first game, but they just started their company after they found Try. He was risking his entire life to hope it make it. Yeah. Make it or fail it. Make it or die. We don't have a deadline for it to get done, so it'll be fine. But if you are spending maybe 10 years to do this, maybe until then, all the VTubers are dead. Maybe the world doesn't need the world doesn't fame about VTuber anymore. Maybe you use 10 years to make the game. You use your spare time for 10 years to make the game. Maybe those VTubers are already not activating. When the time comes, 10 years could be a lot of different changes. When the time comes, maybe half of the VTubers are unactivate. They are not in the market. And no one will help you advertise the game. And no one will know someone already dead. Mr. Mark might already been dead. Or Mr. Mark might move to another country. So no one know anything about Mr. Mark. If you are selling a game with no one knows about the character, you won't succeed. You won't succeed. 大家好了，不好了不。Stop being logical. That's hurting my brain. You should be logical. Let the boy drink. No, I need to tell you the word is crucial. There's a deadline. How much money do you have to fund the game and your survival? Yeah, there is a deadline. But actually, it could be a game without deadline.
because you could do all the things at your spare time. You work in the morning, and when you come back home, you try to do the indie development. Usually we will say making indie games are all about your passion. In Chinese, we will say generate power without love. We all trying to fulfill something with our love. And that's only it. That's the thing. There always is a deadline. But recently there is a Japanese producer. It released his game, his first game. And he had been working on the game for 8 years. 7 years or 8 years. And he said there was a team before. There was a small team before. But after 8 years, every crew of the team have already left the project. And he still keep doing it. And finally, the game is out. But actually, despite the story is very appealing, despite the story is very heartwarming, that game doesn't make it much successful. Isn't really successful. So, I'm not trying to ruin your dream, but I'm trying to tell you the reality. And if you think something with the reality in mind, it will be more practical. Even if you don't do it all yourself, you still need to pay for art, music, advertising, and commissions. Yeah, true. That's true. And you will become ending up like me. I will need to work double job or work double time to support my dream. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to become a VTuber, but I don't have money. I need to pay for music, pay for advertisement, pay for some cool project. I want to write my own song. I need to pay for the mastering artist. I need to pay for the distributor. But I don't have money, so I need to spend more hours, maybe my not streaming time, to try to learn how to make music. And yeah, you need to find some lessons to start. You need to watch some tutorial. You need to take some courses, and you need to spend a lot of time to I need to spend a lot of time to make music, and I need to work at daytime. I still need to have some work to afford myself, to support myself. That's really sad. I am encouraging you not to do this. 王爷阿拉伯阿拉伯，感谢你成为今天的没有在算人事。阿拉伯 good morning 啊。Encourage you not to do this. It will only harm yourself. You don't have money, me neither. Thank you for the $2. That's not legal for you to donate. I think you need to be like 16 years old or older to donate. Thank you for the $2. Thank you. It's really generous for you. I'll add it up to the $2. Add it up to my stream maybe tomorrow, because I only have the counting tomorrow. Thank you. I'm doing something great, right? I'm trying to educate those young producers or those young audience. They should pay money to support VTubers. But it makes myself a little bit uncomfortable, because they are so young. They don't even understand the price of the money. Could I say that? They don't understand the price of the money. Accept the money and stop talking about laws. You should need more money. Yeah, I need more money. The worst thing about VTubing is that depending on if you're indie or you make less in super chats or other donations. If you're indie or not, you might make less. I think that is a cause and consequences issue. Because if you are not a indie VTuber, you might have more starting resource. That's just like investment. Thank you for the $2. Thank you, Matt. It's just like a investment. It's just a simple business way. It's just like indie game. With indie game, you might not be able to make yourself appealing. You might only have a little group of followers. maybe a little group of supporters, little group of lovers, and you couldn't have much money to make yourself appealing, and then the money you earn back a little. So as a larger company, you have more starting resources. You could do more marketing, you could pack a character, you could draw the art cuter, sexier, or maybe more fulfilled, or the outfit. Yeah, you could make your character interesting to attract people. That's kind of a cost and outcome issue. In the end, what kind of the end? YouTube take 30% or so for some from Super Chat too. Then Vtuber would need to pay taxes. And your company might take another 30%. Yeah? Vtuber would need to pay taxes. Depends on. Sometimes the company will cut the taxes first. In the end. What do you mean in the end? Why, Li Huajing, you start to saying something about in the end? Pay money to be young audience again. No, that's not the thing. How did you come up to the idea pay money to young audience again? Thank you for the $30. Thank you for the 30 Taiwan dollars. Because math just donates to US dollar. You are 30 Taiwan dollar. Nice for that. Nice there. You won't be young again. Haven't seen you for a while, Kenneth F. You keep hiding under the water. Keep hiding under the sea. Under the sea. Nice to see you. Good morning. Okay, I'll still have 60, 70, 80, 90, $90 to go. I'll have $90 to go. I'll have $90 to go. The other thing is, if it was a company like Nijisanji, they put the starting files as the VTuber's debit, and they would need to pay it back as they were for the company. Yeah, it depends on different companies have different rules, but it's not really easy to do something as the VTuber. For example, these days I've talking to someone who's starting a VTuber career and planning to make a debut in maybe Q4. Maybe Q4, then making a debut in the end of the year. And for now, they're already spending $400,000. Yeah, $400,000. $400,000 Taiwan dollar. And $400,000 is how much? 400,000 is around divided 30. So it's $1.5, $15,000. No, 15,000, 150,000. Whatever. Already spending a lot of money. 15,000? Yeah, already spending $15,000 or maybe $20,000 US dollars to starting the first debut. They are preparing for the first debut. Already spent a lot of money. That's difficult. 13,374. 13,374. 480. Thank you. Nice to see you too. Do we have a chance to see you at 45? No, you don't. Thank you for the question, and the answer is no. I couldn't afford a stand, and I don't have much small bunso to sell. I don't have much peripheral. I don't have much merch to sell. Merch. I don't know how to pronounce the word. Merchandise. Okay, merch. I don't have much merch to sell. Bunso. I have to motivate to prove to you I can do all things you are calling unrealistic. You will make that game. You will get the t-shirt with you get it from Taiwan or make it copy myself. You'll do it. I'm looking forward to it. I won't say something to destroy your confidence, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Merches. Yeah, I've heard some VTuber debuts cost upward of 2,000, 20,000 to 40,000. Yeah, that's crazy. That's really crazy. I never made those money in my entire life. Merchandise, yes. Merchandise. WG, hello, 主播 good morning. You don't have 笨手 to sell. What the fuck? I don't have 笨手 to sell. I always call my merchandise 小垃圾, small rubbish. I'll call that rubbish. Little rubbish. I call those merchandise little rubbish. I don't have much little rubbish to sell. Merchandise. Oh, say it like dice. Merchandise. Okay. Interesting. Merchandise. It's like rolling a dice. Merchandise. Okay. Or merchandise. Merchandise. Why do you have a British accent, Lamau? I don't know. I speak like this for all the time. I don't think that is a British accent because I won't speak something like that. I want to speak something like that, but a little bit. I could try to use American accent, a little bit of American accent, but I feel awkward to say that. Feel awkward for me to say that. I don't know. To kangaroo, I think this is maybe part of the kangaroo country accent because kangaroo country was once ruled by British. It was once colonized by British, by the UK. Colonization. Difficult word. Colonization. Okay, colonization. Colonized. It was once colonized by British. Was it a full English string today or what? Yeah, it's a full English string today. And I'm trying to end the string. If you don't have any other topic for me, it sounds like Australian English. Actually, like young Australians, they don't have really strong British accent because they watch American shows. The Z generation, or maybe someone born in the 90s, they already don't have strong Australian accents. They sound just like American. They're already brainwashed by all the American shows, American TV shows, American news, American games, all of them already brainwashed by them. So the youngest generation of Aussies, they don't really have strong, or they barely have Aussie accents or British accents. But I don't know where I get my accent from. It just sounds natural to me. Now I don't hear him struggling with English much. Whoa. What struggling English? Colonized. Oh, colon. Oh, so colonized. Okay. Colonization. Oh, colonized. Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, I've been pretty bored with the VR side of the community. What do you mean the VR side of the community? Actually, VR side is still not very popular right now because you need special equipment to get into the world, and the gaming quality isn't really great. When you are speaking about VR games, usually it's like VR society games. But when you are not a very socialized person, you couldn't find any fun of the socialization game for like VR chat or Roblox or something else. I found those boring. I don't want to socialize with other people. And usually those are males and males fucking, like virtual fucking inside or virtual mating inside the game. And if you see someone appealing to you, you see a cute cat girl and there will be a male inside, and it doesn't feel right to me. I don't want to do the virtual socialization. I don't like to do socialization, but there isn't a really interesting like game to play with one person and got nice audio, nice music, nice everything. it's just not really that appealing. The technology doesn't make it feel right for me. I don't like that. Virtual mating, ERP. What do you mean ERP? There is really nothing to do. Yeah, you have pretty much done most of the good games. Yeah, maybe Alex, the most coolest game from Valve. Alex, the how to say that? Half-Life Alex. Maybe the most gorgeous game, but it's already 5 years ago. But Gorilla Tag, you don't understand. Gorilla Tag, I don't understand. What is Gorilla Tag? Though they still use their terms, like what American call French fries, they call it chips. They call it chips. Oh yeah, they still use the hash browns. It's so peak. Virtual mating. ERP. What? Erotic roleplay. Oh, okay. What the hell is going on with your VR experience, Mao? Actually, that's true. You met someone inside VR world, and everyone is cute, but everyone is a big boy inside the VR world. Just in my opinion, VR is kind of boring, and I don't need those things to experience. And with VR stuff, I need to move. But recently, someone lent me a MetaQuest 3. I pretty enjoy the dancing game inside. I could maybe do 30 minutes of virtual dancing inside the world, and yeah, it makes me a little bit healthier. I think that's the benefit of it, but I really don't like the socialization part of the VR system. Noyan, good morning. Yeah, today is the English session. Your friend pointed this out, but you have more of a filter when I talk online than Arrow. It will say things that might be illegal, but you're normal online. Okay. Everyone is proof. Yeah, everyone is proof. Yeah, I met a friend through VR chat and we are still connected in Discord, but VR chat is just not as fun as when I first started. Yeah, because those platforms are building by the community, are constructed by the community. And actually, I think the most important problem of VR chat is there isn't a mutual story. You know, like the ancient MMORPGs like World of Wars. There is a main story. There's a main storyline. So everyone could have a purpose to conquer something together. But the VR chatting or VR socialization experience doesn't have a mutual goals to everyone. So when you are bored, you are bored. When you get bored, you get bored. There is a big world inside and everyone could create their own content. But actually that's because the developer trying to cut down their effort to make story, to make things interesting. They just provide you the basic construction and looking forward you to create something else. But usually we are players. We want to play. We don't want to create. Create is not a kind of game. It's just like Minecraft. There will need to be someone doing the effort, the creating process. But creating something, creating a world, creating a game, or held a event, found a party inside VR chat, the modeling process, the organization process is way difficult than Minecraft, than Roblox. So that's why VR world is boring to me. Vtuber, no, that's not Vtuber. I play FunFitLand. It's kind of fun. I have met friend. Is that what you play? But I never tried Vtuber because it's expensive. It's $29. Expensive. Makes sense. Yeah, that's right. You need a very high skill to make a virtual world inside VR. And you need to try to do the performance. You need to care about the performance. You need to follow all the rules. And you need to know a lot of different knowledge to make a beautiful world, which if you know all these knowledge, maybe you could find a really decent job inside a game developing company. You can find a really decent job. And you are like sacrificing all those time and money to make a world or hold a small party to impress your friend. Why would you do that? To me, if started to really start to be more excited if they pay more focus on VR, you want a good GPS in my glasses. AR, yeah, I think AR will be the future. I hope maybe AR, MR, mixed reality would be a better path. I really hope that maybe you could see me on the street one day. You could see like Raxio is walking down the street, and you could greet with him, or greet with Raxio, and that would be cool. You have to pay to play most song in Vtuber. Yeah, that's bad. You have to buy the game and song separately. Wow, that's really that's now said. But actually, every song have their own authorization. So they have to apply the song separately. Still makes sense. The bad thing is VR games are not making much money. Yeah, because if you are selling VR games, the consumer is very limited. The consumer side needs to have the VR headset, and actually the consumer are really less. There are no much consumer to consume the product. And then sometimes the development, when you need to earn the money back, you need to set a higher price. So that's difficult to make a game. In VR, very difficult to earn the money back. So there is no much company willing to do this. Maybe I think Valve, the Steam company, will trying to get into the VR game genre again. Maybe I think they will trying to make the move again. Or maybe HTC. I'm not looking forward to see something from HTC. I don't know. Just not the very interesting stuff. 那我想 Good morning, nice to see you. 还有哇熊啊 What we haven't seen for a while. Good morning. That's why we mod Vtuber. There are really cool maps in the modded side. Yeah, that's true. But actually, you don't make the mod yourself. Someone with skills and effort and time, they will do the job. But they don't earn money, you know? In a practical world, you do something either if it's fun or it earns money in the practical world. Either it could entertain you or you can earn money. That's the motivation you do that. When a world is not fun, when the system is not fun, or when the system is lacking the financial function, there will be no one have the motivation to do that. Like, one can create much more in Blender, but it requires effort and skill with while Minecraft. Well, at the end, more people play it. No, I think for someone creating something in Minecraft, the learning curve is smaller. The end result might not be as dedicated as you make things in Blender, but the learning curve is easier, and you could expect what will come out at the end. If bought more than 10 songs in Vtuber, you can play on time on some of the hardest mode. Wow, that's really cool of you. Half-Life Alyx was the best overall, but it cost them to make it. Yeah, true. And I don't think it sells well. I don't think they even earn the money back. I don't think they even earn the development money back. So more creators actually put the donation on the downloading page. Yeah, true, but who will do the donation? You don't even donate to Vtuber. Would you donate to the modification creator? Donation is like for you could do that yourself. I don't even have money to donate. If I got money, I would try to feed myself. No one would donate, right? Maybe in American it's a different culture. You have the tipping culture in the state, but the Asian people, they really don't do donations. Maybe it's my fault. I'm not really successful YouTuber. Maybe it's my fault. Oh, I'm kind of hungry. I'll keep drinking my coffee. Well, I'm hungry right now. It's just 10 o'clock. Well, I'm hungry. 9:30. I was mostly add to sales sim index and it do all that can. Yeah. They are trying to make the system attractive to everyone. But I think VR Another boundary of VR is the hardware and the virtual experience, because maybe 1/3 of people will get dizzy inside a VR system. And why? Because of the hardware technology isn't advanced enough to make people feel natural inside a VR world. And by that I mean the system is bulky and the latency is large and the image is blurry. All these things is blocking people outside the VR experience. And you need to spend like $300, $400 to buy a VR headset. Of course they could use some advanced technology. They could minimize the delay, they could minimize the weight, they could make you very comfortable. But then the console will get into maybe $2,000 per console, like Apple Vision Pro, and it might be heavy, it might be bad experienced. So the budget, the cost efficiency of the VR headset doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right. So that's why those things are blocking someone from the VR experience. So good morning, good morning. Donation, you say, yeah, I say thank you for the $75. Thank you for the donation. 165. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely correct. So all the creators need to award that touch the foreign market. You have money to donate, but this guy cares about the rules and law and his audience safety for something like that. Alex, yeah, you try not to break the rule, break the law. The biggest problem is your brain says you're moving, but your body is not. So all people feel sick since the brain don't know what's going on. It's kind of like being caught sick. Yes, that's true. But with the technology, the technology could conquer this burden, conquer this issue. But then the headset will become very, very priceless. No one could afford. If you want to try to put people inside those virtual world, the price tag should be lower. You know, you want people to get into a new system. It should be affordable for everyone to get inside. And more people get inside the VR system, they will be more markets. If you know, these days the main gaming platform is cell phone. It's mobile games for starting from Mihayo, starting from Yuansheng, Genshin Impact, starting from those games. These games making tons of money than other, because it's easy. You could just play it on your PUBG. The mobile games are earning way more money than AAA games. Actually, mobile games is because it's really easy to get your hands on, and everyone have their cell phone. So every kind of like AAA cell phone games or small indie games, or maybe just a simple Candy Crush. Candy Crush makes ton of money. They maybe don't get money from you guys, you young kids, but Candy Crush gain a lot of money from the elder peoples. They gain tons of money. They are willing to use their brain with the simple game, and they willing to get rid of the ads. Candy Crush makes tons of money. They can sell it for cheaper, like that Meta doing. They get more your information and they can sell it to people. But actually, the thing is, if you are costing down the system, the experience will be sacrificed, and more people will be dizzy with that. That's the thing. If you give you my money, you should spend your money on somewhere else. If you're a billionaire, I will kindly accept your money, but not right now. 小明啊，老布，Genshin made enough money to let them build a whole nuclear reactor. That's true. 林子君啊，老布 good morning, good morning. Nice to see you guys in the morning, and you could speak English with me. That's true. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm starting getting hungry. I'll drink my coffee. I'll drink my protein coffee. The worst thing is that the reactor actually is in use in Singapore. I think that's quite nice. Singapore is an interesting country. They shouldn't keep everything inside China because the government of China will eventually corrupt. I think that's a good choice to set the reactor in Singapore. I think that's really good. When will the stream end? Right now, I think it's time to stop the stream. I need to do something else. Cool, nice to see you in the morning. You haven't eaten breakfast yet because you're sick. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You're sick illness? You got a cough? You got a fever? I wish you the best. No, yeah. Bruh, I just woke up. Bruh, you just woke up. You woke up so late. How do people give them enough money to build a nuclear reactor? Actually, they earn really tons of money. You will never know. You'll never know. Actually, these games really do make a fortune. No, Sringan. It's a good game. Yeah, it's a good game. Okay, I think it's time today. I thought I will just make a 1 hour stream, but I'm kind of impressed that I speak English for 1.5 hours. Nice to know that. Wives can be worth a lot. Yeah, true. Okay, I think that's it for today. And yeah, that's it for today. Nice to see you guys. Maybe I'll see you this afternoon. Yeah, I think I'll see you this afternoon. I will try to write some music, do some productive stuff. Maybe it won't sell, but I'll try to make some productive stuff. Okay, nice to see you today. Goodbye. Like wives do, but you don't spend money on them. They are PFTs. Please spend money on me, okay? I need your support. You talk to me, I consult with you, so pay me. Thank you. Once the server is gone, they are gone. They're just like VTubers. Once VTuber graduated, they are gone. So you don't pay VTubers, right? You don't pay VTuber and YouTuber. Okay, I can understand. That's why I don't earn money. My audience have their own thoughts. Yeah. Okay, I can understand. I get it. Once I'm gone, I'm gone. We're like games. I try to spend 90 in stop caring about your safety. Money. Okay, 90. Okay, thank you for the 90. I get it. Someone won't spend on wives. If they don't spend on wives, they won't spend money on VTuber. I understand. I actually do understand. Recently, there is a campaign held by maybe gamers. They are trying to make some RPG game, some web-based server games, internal. They say if you couldn't just shut down the server after the game is after you couldn't decide to shut down the server after a player buy the game, because if they bought the game and you shut down the server, then their money is wasted. There is a campaign about that. But I think if the game couldn't make enough fortune, the company should shut down the game for healthy reasons. But that's true. If you buy something you couldn't own that, why would you buy that? You buy an experience, or maybe it was a subscription-based system. I think in the future it will all be a subscription-based system. You hate typos. No worries. Also, hi Google wife is emo. Okay. Yeah, make the code public so fans can host it themselves. Yeah, but I think the code is about the basic. I think that's a really good debate. Because we made those systems, but we shut down the game. But these assets are developed by our company. You shouldn't give those assets out for free. You shouldn't do that. If you sell something, for example, if I bought a meal, that's not a proper. That's not really proper. But if I'm making a I'm opening a restaurant. I'm opening a dining shop. If I'm doing a restaurant and one day I need to try to close the restaurant, I shouldn't give out my recipe. Maybe I will do it with another way some days. I shouldn't give out the recipe for free. True, right? I think that's not really proper, but it's kind of like that. If I want to close the server, I need to close the server because the knowledge, the base, I still spend money. I still spend time to build the system. I think maybe the game will become subscription based in the future. For example, like Genshin or like all those mobile games, there will be freemium games. You could play it for free, and you need to pay additional to draw the tickets, to draw the character, to draw the different outfits. I think maybe in the future there will all kind of game will be a freemium game with charging DLCs, like the old day MMORPGs. But then it becomes a debate of if buying is not owning, then pirating is not stealing. Yeah, that's true. So I think the best way is to make the game freemium. It could still, yeah, but if you buy all the outfits inside your system and maybe someday they shut down the game, these Chinese gaming company, Chinese mobile game company might facing the same issue too. But eventually those games will be closed. So maybe they will need to find a way to maintain the world and there will be no communication. Eventually, when the server closed, maybe you could still own the game. You could make it a PC game, a one-person game. You could still enjoy the world without any company, and you could still get the system. But that's just kind of, you own a old smartphone. You own maybe iPhone 1, and the company is not supporting the iPhone anymore. And the subscription, the app you own doesn't get any more update anymore. Then that's a problem. But I think that's difficult because you need to pay someone. If they trying to keep the server, the standard price, the price tag of the game will become higher. Would you like that? Maybe these days you could pay like $50 to buy a game, but if these games starting to came out, they say they will make the server internally, or maybe they could sell the source code at the end. Maybe the price tag will become triple. I think they will need to find a way to make the money balanced. Again, you're buying the whole thing. If I decide to play in a freemium, then I'm trying to support the developer. Okay. At the point, just pirate the game. I think that's why someone is trying to pirate the game, but I think it's difficult. It's really, 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 really difficult. You used to play Warframe and you spend money and now not to buy things but to support the developer. I think it's about different thinking method. Yeah, I could say every penny you spend is, I could just add the disclaimer. I could always add the disclaimer saying that every penny you buy is for supporting the developer. Everything you withdraw, every money you withdraw is to supporting the developer, not for owning the product. I could always add those things into our disclaimer, into our user terms. I could always add those stuff inside my games, but it depends on everyone's thoughts. I'm looking forward to see how the company will react to the campaign, the event. I'm looking forward to see what it comes out. But if these things is going out, if finally the judges thinking the company should open source or give out the codes, I think it will be a very bad impact on the gaming industry. For example, someone really likes Nintendo's game, and it's took it maybe 8 years, 9 years to recreate a same game for a modern platform. But Nintendo sued him. I don't think it's really healthy because gamers and developers should be on the same side. The developer like to develop games, and the gamers like to play games. They should be on the same side. They shouldn't have much argues. But yeah, who knows? 只能留言啊，不要不。You pay just because of wife is the mouth. Yeah, I hope I could become your wife someday. You could pay me. You could become my ATM someday. 我当然是啊，不。I mean, it's how I decide to pay or not. You will not pay to just buy. You will only pay to support. It's just your way to doing. Yeah, that's your way to doing things. So different person have different way to doing things. So that's true. Okay, nice to know that everyone have its own thoughts. Have a nice day. I'm overtiming today. Usually I think it was an hour. But oh, interesting. We are talking lots about gaming industries. In English, why would I say something like this in English? I shouldn't discuss this in English with you guys. I couldn't properly say those words. I couldn't properly show my own opinion. Oh, you're broke F. Yeah, me too. Goodbye. I want to sneeze. Where should I go? Maybe next. You're broke. Mama. Oh, let's go to Charlotte's channel. 起床吃早餐啦 Let's go. You mean we all understood? What does understood right, everyone? Understood everyone. Wow, understood. So sad. Sounds so sad. Okay, let's go to Charlotte's channel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. We expect to land at Charlotte's channel in 2 minutes. The estimated time of arrival will be 9:50. And the local time right now is 9:47. And the ground temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. Please fasten your seatbelt. I'd like to thank you for flying with us. I do hope you have enjoyed your flight. Thank you. 各位旅客您好，这是来自机场的广播。我们一起在2分钟之后降落至沙鹿的机场，预计抵达时间是9点50分，现在当地的时间是9点47，气温为摄氏28度，请您系好安全带，准备降落。非常谢谢您今天的搭乘，祝您有个愉快的一天。咖啡杯形状麦克风 ，so nice。各位 goodbye， 超新型下趴。Oh yeah， 阿拉伯，你们知道就电影的时候，就拍电影的时候，其实我们真的会把那个麦克风藏在可能水杯啊、酒杯啊，或者是甚至酒瓶里面，就是藏在咖啡杯上面。就是有时候他手拿着的时候，其实我们常常会有那种 hidden mic， 我们会藏在，比方说你桌子上的花瓶里面啊，或者是植物里面啊，或者是真的是常常会把那个麦克风藏在那个手杯上面，或者是手上面，或者是水杯上面。其实这是一个很常见的做法。Thank you for this smooth fight. Thank you. 玉子 goodbye. Oh yeah, goodbye. 香明 goodbye. 然后大家拜拜。然后魔转叔 goodbye. Kiriko goodbye. 刘海静 goodbye. 然后资源猫拜拜。然后也拜拜。然后 Kuro goodbye. 大家拜拜。Miss Ziso goodbye. Kuro goodbye. 拜拜。